the chat box. Very, very good. I am excited to be here. I hope you are too. And listen, if you are excited, go ahead and let everybody on Facebook know to join us now on the Success Connection. All you got to do is post this on there. If you're live, let everybody know in the group that you're live on the Success Connection. You can go right here to join our Facebook group. Most of you are probably already a member of the Facebook group. However, if you're not, then you can go to that link right there. It'll let you join. Of course, we will have to approve you tonight once the webinar ends. But if you're already a member of the group, go there right now and let everybody know that you're live on the Success Connection. And when you do, just type the number 1 in the chat box. I'll tell you why I'm asking you to type the number 1 in the chat box in a little while. So type the number 1 in the chat box once you've made a post in the group to let everybody know to join us here on the Success Connection. I want to welcome everybody that's brand new. If you're new to the Success Connection, this is something I've done every single Thursday night now for the past 3+ years, teaching people how to build their own internet business and how to use some of the courses and the products and the software and the things that we've put together for you at Morrison Education to be able to build more and more and more businesses. And that's what's so great about this. But the Success Connection is not a training about any one specific course or specific software or anything like that. This is every student of ours is invited to the Success Connection. So it doesn't matter what product or program or software that you've purchased, you are invited here to build additional businesses with me live online. So I think it is great. I think it is a lot of fun. I see tons of ones coming in the chat box. You're going to be glad that you wrote, "I'm live on the Success Connection. Are you coming?" inside the Facebook group in a little while. So make sure that you have done that. If you haven't done it, you still got a chance to do it. Go ahead, make it happen, and let's let everybody else know that at the very least they can watch it live on our Facebook page. So there's obviously a live feed running on the Facebook page as always, and it allows them to join us and to watch. So super, super excited. Listen, we've been building on a brand new business model for the last couple of weeks. What's great about this is it doesn't matter if tonight is your first night with us on the Success Connection. We're still going to give you access to everything that you've missed. How many of you like that? Just say yes. All right, I see lots of yeses coming in. So we never let you get left behind, right? So it doesn't matter when you join. You're going to have full access to everything that everyone else has access to. And I think that's something that really sets us apart. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that really and truly is the crux of an entire business, okay? So let me pull this up really quickly, okay? So if you're new, this is going to look a little bit confusing, but if you have been here for a while, then this won't look as confusing. And as I said, I always review everything each week because I feel like if you watched it last week, great. Watching it again means you're going to learn it even better. And of course, if you weren't here last week, well, then it's even better because now you're not missing out. What we've been talking about, and we'll kind of write this out real fast for you. What we've been talking about is building your very own auto webinar business. Okay, so auto webinar business. What's great about this is that it's automated, right? How many of you like automated things? Just say yes. Okay, I see lots and lots of people saying yes. Once you set it up, so basically you have to set it up, and then the only thing you have to do is generate traffic, right? This is essentially your daily job, okay? Which is to just generate traffic to your auto webinar. Now, the auto webinar funnels typically look something like this. Now, we won't, this is traffic. Now, we won't go into super, super detail because, again, it's already on these notes and it's in the previous Success Connection replays, which I'll show you how to get access to those if you're new and you don't know how. But basically what you have is originally you have a webinar registration page. Okay, so you have a webinar registration page. When somebody enters their info, okay, into this box, then what they go to basically a webinar countdown page. Okay, now this is some people consider this would be like the thank you page in a normal funnel, but what that is They're going here and they have the opportunity to see a countdown timer that lets them know when the webinar is starting. And then we talk about there's a sales opportunity here. Okay, so there's an opportunity for you to actually sell something to somebody on this page. From that, they go over here and they go to the webinar room. Okay, so this is where they play the video that is the webinar. Now, mind you, we're doing all of this for you. They're doing all of this, or we're doing all of this for you, okay? They're like every single thing is completely done for you. All these pages are done for you. We've actually already given everybody these pages anyway, and we'll be giving you more pages tonight, and of course catching you up if you aren't already caught up on this, okay? So you have this webinar room. Now here's kind of where, and we talked about this last week, you'll see we're just kind of drawing out what was already drawn out, you know, last week. Here's where things really start to get kind of, you know, kind of interesting, is that there are people here, okay, once they kind of, you know, once they opt in, there's people who did not attend the webinar, okay, and there's people who did attend, okay, and then of the people that did attend, there's people who bought, and then there's people who didn't buy, okay? So there's all these different segments of people that were at or on your webinar. There's also people that, you know, at least if they did attend, there's the buyers and the non-buyers, and then of the non-buyers, there's the people that saw the offer, and there's people that did not see the offer. Now, what that means is, that means that those people did not see what we were selling. So in this particular auto webinar business, we have created basically a 7-figure email. Oops, sorry. We've created a 7-figure email course, all right? You're going to sell this course for between $497 and $1,497. Now, let's be completely clear. You choose, okay? So you get to choose what you're actually going to sell this for. We have absolutely nothing to do with that. It's your business. You get to choose, you get to decide. That's what's great about this. We make absolutely no money on this. So if you're new, you're probably thinking, well, why in the world do you do this? And the answer is we've been doing it for 3 years because we felt like helping our students build, build their own business is the best way to help you really kind of stay engaged and truly to use the products, the services, the trainings, the softwares, and the courses that we provide. How many of you would agree with that? Just say yes if that's you. All right. I see lots and lots and lots and lots of yeses. You guys can tell I'm not screaming and hollering and yelling and all of that good stuff, and that's just because we've been a little bit sick here. I don't know, the weather is kind of crazy and changing and all that good stuff. So I'm not screaming and hollering, but I'm still just as excited. And so I want to make sure everybody else is. All right, so good. So all of you see the value then in us giving you these businesses. Now, the biggest thing is we're teaching you what we're really doing, right? We're not teaching you the stuff that most people teach, which is stuff they don't really do, right? So this can become a little more complex, but we've done it all for you. That's what's great. Just a little while, I'll show you this in ClickFunnels, and I'll show you how we've literally already done all this for you. So it's going to make it much easier for you to be able to assimilate and kind of to do the things that you want to do, right? So let's take a look real fast at this. We have the people that did attend, okay? So the people that did attend, and then we have the people that did not attend, all right? So we got those two groups of people. So I want you to write this down. I want you to think about this, all right? We have different groups for our emails. So we have these email groups, all right? So these are people that we want to send emails to based on what they did, all right? So all the people that did not attend, okay, we want to send them a set of emails. All the people that bought, we want to send them a set of emails. But then it gets a little different down here because our non-buyers, get broken up into people that saw our offer and people that did not see our offer. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what we do. So we have saw offer, non-buyers, and we have no see offer, non-buyers. Okay, so these would be the lists. Okay, so these would be the different segments, all right, of your email list that you create when people register for your webinar. All right, so let's just take these one at a time and let's kind of figure out what we might do. All right, so our did not attend. Okay, these people never showed up to the webinar. Okay, so they never ever showed up to the webinar. So our goal is to get them on the webinar. That's our goal. So our goal is to get these people to get back on the webinar, right? Because they never actually attended. So what you want to do is you want to look at this as a funneled process, right? Like literally, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, and then if we were to continue to draw this out, obviously there's people that bought, right? So we're going to call this a buyer, and then so this would be, you know, step 4, right? So we want to help to, with our emails, we want to help to take people along this path, okay? So if they never attended the webinar, all right, we want to email to reg page and kind of call it an encore, right? And we want to address the fact that they missed their webinar, okay? Now, I'm going to skip the buyers real fast, and I'm going to go to the did not see offer. Okay, so the did not see offer, non-buyers. All right, our goal here is to get them back on webinar. Now, the reason for that is because if they didn't see the offer, if they didn't see that we were selling this 7-figure email business, right? So they didn't see this, right? They didn't see any of this. Well, then we want them to sit back through the webinar so that we can determine, let them see the full presentation, right? So we want them to be able to see the full presentation. So we want to put them back onto the webinar. Now, this is where things get a little different. If they saw the offer, but they didn't buy, okay? A lot of times what we do is we send to a replay page. Now, can anybody tell me why we send to a replay page? Just put your answer in the chat box. All right, very good. I see some people saying that. I see a lot of people saying the right answer. It's because this allows, okay, this allows them to buy without rewatching the whole thing, right? So sometimes people need, how many of you have ever bought something from a replay? Just say yes. Okay, so I see lots and lots of yeses. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, sometimes when we're asking people to spend $997 or $500 online, they need time. This gives them time to decide. Okay, these are the people that simply needed time to decide that they wanted to go through with this, that they wanted to purchase our product. Well, it's impossible for us to know what's going on in somebody's life, to know what's going on at the time. You know, sometimes people are watching these webinars and they're at work, or they're out of town, or they're on the road. You know, they don't, maybe they don't have their credit card with them. Maybe they don't know what credit card they want to use. And then the webinar is over, and that's that. So if they've seen the offer, okay, so if they've, in other words, if they've gotten to the point in the webinar where we've told them, here's how much it costs and here's how to buy it, then the first thing that we want to do, if they don't buy, is send them to what we call, again, our non-buyers that saw the offer, we want to send them to the replay page, because that replay page is the fastest way for them to be able to go on and purchase, because we've already shown them the entire presentation, right? There's no reason for them to have to sit through that whole thing all over again just to get to the part where they can buy. Does that make sense, everybody? Just say yes. All right, very good. And then you have your other subset, which is your buyers. Our goal with them is to welcome them, and then we also want to send their login info, right? And we don't want them to get any more emails about the webinar. Now, when you start to look at this particular funnel here, again, if somebody buys, okay, now what we do is we put them into the members area, right? So they get access to the members area, which has all the training and then this video, okay? Now, understand that as they move through this process, guys, we've built all this for you, okay? So as of today and right now, here's what we've given you. We've already given you this registration page, okay? You've got this already, and if you are new tonight, you'll get it in just a little while. You've got this page right here, the webinar countdown / thank you page, okay? You've also got the webinar room page. So this is the page where the live webinars will take place. And then you've also got the, which, you know, we can kind of come down here like this and do our replay page, okay? And then go back up here. So we've also built you the replay page, okay, the webinar room, and of course, we still have to build out this members area for you and give it to you. So we're going to give you all of that completely free. So let's take a quick look, just so I can show you what this looks like, the 7-figure email marketing formula. So looking at it really quickly, this is the registration page, which we talked a little bit about last week. I showed you how you can edit this, change it up a little bit, make it what you want it to be. Doesn't have to be anything complex or complicated. I don't think that it should be. Typically, things that are very simplistic seem to work the best with these. Then here is the webinar countdown page. Okay, so this is the page where essentially we would typically send people right after they register. It shows them how long before their webinar starts, and then it'll give them their link to the webinar, okay? So all of that will be done. And then this is where we also offer to sell them something. Now, remember I told you that this is a profit center right here that's highly missed. Most people forget this. Most people don't do this. Most people I'm not going to say most people are lazy, but most people just simply don't understand how to monetize the traffic, right? If you've got somebody that's sitting here and this countdown timer is saying that your webinar doesn't start for an hour, how many of you think that there's probably people that would want to prepare properly for the training by grabbing a copy of this book? Just say yes. Okay, I see lots and lots and lots of people saying yes. Exactly, tons of people would. Now, for those of you that don't have this book, you're sitting there saying, well, wait a minute, Anthony, that's great. I'd love to sell the book, but I don't have it. Well, worry not. We give it to you. This is your Success Connection Student Center, right? This is where we put all of the assets that we're giving you, and all the assets that you'll get in the future will be on this page. I'll give you the link to this in just a minute, but I want to show you that the 8-figure funnel formula book is right here. You'll see right here where it says 8-figure funnel formula book sales funnel and the 8-figure funnel formula book. They're both right here for basically for you to download completely free. So if you want to sell this book so that when somebody clicks on this link, they actually go to buy this book, you can do it. And I've already written the book. It'll digitally deliver to people for you. You literally don't even have to do anything except add your link in here, and you'll be able to collect commissions, or not commissions, but you're selling the book yourself. So you'll be able to collect all the money for it. So again, that's right here in the 8-figure funnel formula assets, okay, where you can get this piece of the funnel. So I'll give you that link in just a little while because it's a passworded link. All right, so you've got that. Then once somebody actually registers and it's time for the webinar, boom, we send them over here to our actual page. Now you can see that we've put the 7-figure email formula in here. We've got our presenter that's located over here on the side, and then we're going to have our webinar that's right here. Super important. These buttons right here to order, okay, so to actually place your order for the product, are buttons that don't show up until it's time, okay? So since we haven't recorded the webinar yet, obviously there's no buttons that are, there's no, sorry, there's no timing right here. But what's really gonna happen when we're finished with this for you guys is you're gonna have people that don't even see this black area down here. All they're gonna see is this right here, and this webinar is gonna start playing right here, okay? And then when we get to the point where we say, all right, if you'd like to buy our webinar, our 7-figure email formula, all you've got to do is click one of the buttons below. Automatically, these will pop up and show at that point. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Okay, very good. Now, when those buttons pop up below, would you guys agree that that means that the person has then seen the offer? They've seen what we're offering on the webinar, yes? Okay, very good. So that puts them, okay, just so you know, into group number 3 here for our emails, where they saw the offer, but so far they haven't bought, right? If they click one of these buttons and they actually purchase, that's when we 100% know, okay, they are a buyer, and we add them to our buyers list. So this is our live webinar room. Then if somebody does not buy in the live webinar room, we have a replay room. We make the replay room look a little different. We show them the 2 buttons, but these buttons typically are not timed. And the reason that they're not timed is because, again, you're showing a replay. Would you guys agree that many of the people that will show up to this replay are the people that basically attended the webinar, okay, but they didn't buy, right? So these are people that attended the webinar, but they saw the offer and they didn't buy. So we send them back to a replay page here where it's like, hey, look, if you want to scroll through this and watch the rest of the webinar or some of the webinar or different points of the webinar, that's great. But you already know what the offer is. You already know what we're selling. Here are the buttons, and here's the amount of time that you have to buy. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Very good. Okay, so look, it starts off with a landing page for registering for the webinar. It goes to the countdown page for the webinar. Then it goes to the actual webinar page. Then it goes to the replay page. All of these things right here that I'm clicking through, first of all, for those of you that are new, you get all these pages free, these exact ones, already built out, already ready to go. You click a button, boom, they'll be in your account. Okay, so hold tight. We'll give those to you at the end of the webinar tonight. We always do that, and we'll help you to. And not only that, like I said, we'll also give you the entire sales funnel for this 8-figure formula book. Because as I mentioned, when you're selling this book for $5 or $10 right here, you can make a lot of money before people ever even attend your webinar, right? And that's one of the great kind of secrets that people don't realize, is that you can actually make money long before somebody ever even attends the webinar. And one of the cool things about this is, if you show somebody this 8-figure funnel formula book here and they've seen it, first of all, how many of you feel like this cover is kind of catchy? Like between the colors and all that stuff, you would remember seeing it. Just say yes. Okay, so I see lots and lots and lots of yeses. Well, here's the thing. A lot of times what we do is we'll go back, okay, we'll go back to the people that did not attend, and after we try to get them to attend, we'll email them the book promo. If they just never attend, we email them the book promo because it's low ticket, right? It's low ticket and it's fast. And oftentimes, if somebody buys that book, they're more excited, they're more engaged, and guess what? They end up attending the webinar. So by showing the book here, okay, you're at least planting the seed that this is a good book, this is something that people should buy, this is something that people could benefit from, right? Does that make sense, everybody? Just say yes. All right, very good. So how do we do all these emails? Tonight, what I wanted to do is talk to you about the actual emails that are going to help you to move people through this funnel. Okay. The great thing about using ClickFunnels, and for those of you that don't have ClickFunnels, I'll show you how you can actually get it and start using it tonight for free. One of the things that we really, I think, hone in on is how simple the automation is. So watch this. If you click this little automation button right here, you can see that there's all kinds of automations that can happen. Okay. And of course, you can do that on each step. Okay. So like if we go up here to the auto webinar registration step, which is kind of the step that we really want to go to, and we click on automation, you'll notice that all of these emails are already in here for you. Now what we're going to do is kind of walk through these emails, talk through these emails, and I'm going to show you kind of why these emails work so well. First of all, how many of you understand how powerful it is to already have all the automation built in? Just say yes. I want to make sure that you guys understand what it really means, because that's one of the things that I think is most important and most overlooked, is that obviously there are a ton, if you will, of people that don't use these automations properly. Okay. And I want you guys to be able to use the automations the right way. Okay. All right. Very good. Very, very good. I see lots and lots of people saying yes. Okay. So right now, the first email that goes out, you can see where it says it goes out immediately, and it's a confirmation for the webinar. So you can click right here and edit this email. And what it basically says is, this is your from name. So this says registration confirmation. You can change this. I don't mind using using this particular name. And then it says webinar, or it says confirmation, and it says webinar title. So this is the subject line of your email. Okay, and then you're sending it obviously to everyone. Now you can use all of these little short codes inside of the email that say, like, for instance, webinar title, dear name. So this is the person's name that registered. Thank you for registering for, and you put the webinar title, webinar date, and time. A few minutes before the webinar, so this tells you a few minutes before that time, go to this webpage to log in, and it puts the webinar link in here. And then it says, please print this page out right now and post it near your computer. Also, your access link and login details will be sent again to this email address the day before the event. So what's actually happening here? What's happening is we're sending this email, okay, immediately upon registration. I don't mind using that specific email that ClickFunnels has already written. Okay, how many of you like that email? Just say yes. All right, very good. As you can tell, Chloe liked that email too. All right, so this is the emails that go out to everyone now. The second thing, it says webinar starting now. Now this is where it gets interesting, and this is where you want to pay close attention, okay? All right, first of all, the from name says webinar starting now, and this says webinar starting now, and then it puts the title of your webinar, okay? So these are short codes that kind of bring all that information in. But what you can do is you can send this like based on, essentially you can change the delay. So let me just show you. This says webinar title, just a reminder, the following webinar is starting in less than an hour. You can log in to reserve your seat, and it puts the link here. Then what you do is you click on this email delay button, okay? Now there's two different ways that you can delay things, okay? You can delay things a certain number of days basically before the emails are submitted. And you can kind of, a lot of times, ClickFunnels will explain to you what this stuff means. But this is the number of days before the email is sent. So this is how long does it wait before the email is sent. We don't really use this an awful lot in leading up to the webinar, because ClickFunnels has this feature down here, and this is why this works. It says delays in hours. If you click this button right here, it says delay from webinar time. It says choose to have this delay in days and hours related to when the webinar happens instead of when the contact opts in. So when we put -1 in here, that means 1 hour before, because it's a negative 1 hour before the webinar starts. Does that make sense, everybody? Just say yes if it does. So watch this. If I click this button right here, it says, now I'm delaying people from the time that the webinar starts. So you want to have that button clicked and then have that set to -1, which you can see is already done for you, right? And then this one right here is reminding people of basically the day before the webinar. Do you guys see how it says -1 days? That means 1 day before the webinar. So 1 day before the webinar starts, we have this email that goes out, and it says, reminder, your webinar is on, right? Which I don't really like this particular from name, so I normally would say something like webinar reminder. Okay, and it says your webinar is on, and it has webinar date and webinar time. This is the subject line, right? And then, of course, it has their standard email in here, which we can now update. All right, and so I fixed that one for you to what I think it should be. This is all of the emails that go out to people, okay, who essentially registered for the webinar. Now, you can add emails to this, okay? So, for instance, let's just say that you wanted to add an email, all right? So, like, I will, let's see, I'll grab this one and watch this. I'm going to copy all of this, all right? And then what I'm going to do, I got to go to webinar around real quick. I'll add in a new email, all right? And then I'll say webinar reminder, and then might say your webinar starts in 2 hours, all right? And then what I'll do is I'll send this to everybody, okay? Now, ClickFunnels has all of these little templates that you can use, obviously, to create your emails. A lot of times, I use very, very basic emails because I feel like there's really no reason to use those. But check this out. Your webinar starts in 2 hours. So what I would do is I would go here, go to email delay, and I would click this down button to -2, add in to make this delay from the start of the webinar. And look, we just added a 2-hour reminder. So now when somebody registers for our webinar, they're going to get a confirmation email. Then they're going to get a reminder the day before the webinar. They're going to get a reminder 2 hours before the webinar. And then they're going to get a reminder basically an hour before that says they're starting now. Now, of course, when you go in here, you'll want to edit and change these emails. I'm not really sure which one I would particularly use. Let's see. Probably, I mean, oftentimes I would just use the same thing that they already had, but we'll just use this template. And we'll go here. Now, once you select the template, guys, look, you can go right here and open the editor, and you can edit this entire email, see? So we can go in here and we can edit our email and make it say exactly what we want, right? So I'm pretty sure there are certain sections of this that Russell is not going to let you delete, if you will. So we can kind of delete this out of here, and then we might call this your webinar reminder, okay? And then something in here might say you have to actually click in here, I guess. So I'd say, hey, just a quick reminder that your webinar starts in only 2 hours. Please make sure to jump on early so you can be prepared when we start our 7-figure email formula training event. And then what you can do is go down here, and these types of things, you know, we can just trash them, right? We're like, we don't really need that. We don't really need this. A lot of times these emails are too, there's just too much going on here. So I usually just delete all of this stuff. There's too much stuff in here. So like this was probably built for e-commerce, which is not something we're doing. So we want to just kind of clean this up. So something similar to this. Now, when you do that, you can also go in here and you can use these shortcodes that we've got, right? And that ClickFunnels provides for you. So there are different things that you can do. Like if we save this email, we go out of this email, close it, and then you go in here and you grab like, you know, you might grab the content from the webinar starting now email, you know, so we might grab something more like, you know, more like this and add this in, right? So we could go in here, go to this, and change this whole email up to look a little bit better, like this. All right, and then you might say 7-figure email formula. And then from this, you know, it's starting in less than 2 hours, right? And then we can save this, and we've got, essentially what we've got now is we've got another email that's loaded in here for our start time, right? So again, this is how we would go in and we would edit our follow-up series for our emails, okay? So this is how we would edit our follow-up series for all of our emails, which I think is super, super important. All right, does that make sense, everybody? Just say yes if that makes sense to you so far. All right, very good. Very, very good. Okay. All right, now, remember I told you there were buckets of people, okay? There were buckets of people. There were people that attend the webinar that didn't purchase. There are people that attend the webinar but did purchase, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so here's what, you know, here's where ClickFunnels makes this stuff so easy. Does everybody see where they have the missed webinar, attended but missed the offer, saw the offer but didn't purchase? Does everybody see those particular things here? Just say yes. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, so the way that this works is you can put emails in here for all the people that missed the webinar, okay? You can put emails in here for all the people that attended and did not see the offer, okay? In other words, they didn't see the offer, okay? And then you can put emails in here for people that saw the offer but didn't purchase. So if you recall, we told you that when you're setting this up, it's always important to know who you're mailing, right? So you know what is it that you want them to actually do, right? And then that's what we can go in here and put. So for instance, you've got this, let's just look at missed webinar. So you can go in here and edit. It says, did you miss yesterday's webinar? So Russell has this automatically set up to go out the day after the webinar is played. And so you can see we just posted the replay. Now, Russell sends people back to the replay when they miss the webinar. A lot of times what I do is send them back and ask them to re-register, okay? You can do this however you choose. Like you don't have to, you know, you don't have to do this in any specific way. So if you wanted to go in and send them to the replay page, you could. Or you could change this and send them back to the actual webinar. So you can go in here and play with this and change this up to however you choose, right? But this is where people will go that missed the actual webinar. Then you can see the people that attended but missed the offer, okay? So these are the people, and if you look right here, Russell will probably have an email in here that says, did you leave the webinar early? See, this means they missed the offer. And it says, I noticed you left the webinar early yesterday. I wanted to make sure that you had a chance to watch the full webinar, so we just posted the replay for you. You can watch it here, okay? Be sure to watch the replay while it's still online. So again, you're going back to people, and you're speaking to people knowing what they've already done, right? Here's the thing that's important to note with webinars. Webinars are supposed to be, and let me pull my whiteboard back up real quick, okay? Oops, stop that. Okay, so webinars are supposed to be personal events, okay? So what you want to do is you want to look at this. Webinars work. Why? So why is it that a webinar works so well? Why is it that you can sell? Why is it that you can sell a $997 product? Okay, so why is it that you can sell a $997 product on a webinar, but you can't do it on just a simple video? It's because webinars are personal. Webinars are personal. So what that means is the more we can speak to people about what they actually did, the better off our conversions are going to be, because it again feels like it feels live, right? So not all webinars, are live like this one, right? Like not all of them. A lot of times webinars are just auto webinars on ClickFunnels and some of these other platforms. So what works is when you make it feel live. So basically, if I attend, but I leave early, okay? So if I attend and I leave early, and then you send me an email, and it says something like, "Hey, why did you leave early?" Right? And then your message goes on to talk about, hey, I hope I wasn't being boring. I hope that I hope I was teaching you an awful lot. I saw that you left the webinar a little bit early and it kind of caught me off guard. Do you guys see how you can make that a very personal conversation? Just say yes if that's you. Okay. It doesn't have to be an impersonal thing. It can be a very personal conversation where it says, hey, I just wondered, why did you leave early? Right? What was the purpose for that? Were you busy? Did you have something going on? Here, let me give you a second chance at this, because this is really, really awesome. And I really want to make sure that you guys, that you're able to attend it, right? And then the same thing is if you attend and you see the offer, but you don't buy, right? Because there's got to be a reason why you didn't buy. So if you saw the offer, right, but you didn't buy, then we might say, what was missing? Something like this. What was missing, right? And then you go on to talk about what was missing from my offer. I taught you how to generate, 7 figures with email marketing. I showed you other people that have done it. I did that. You kind of go through that whole thing, and then you say, what was missing? Was it something I said? Was it something I did? Or, hey, were you just too busy? Were you not in the right position? Would you like another opportunity to go on and get the 7-figure email funnel, or the 7-figure email formula, right? If so, here's a link to it. Do you guys see how we create this personal? Everything is personal, right? Everybody is written to based on who they are and what they did throughout this funnel. That is something that's very, very, very different about webinars than anything else. It's that they're extremely personal. They allow you to know what people did, what people said, what people are doing, which at the end of the day allows you to generate more commissions or more sales, right? All of this is done for you right here in ClickFunnels already. Now, you can add more to it, okay? There would be absolutely nothing wrong with adding more emails to this, just like I did right here. So you can add more to it, but I don't recommend, okay, just sending 1 million emails, right? How many of you understand that? Just say yes. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. So lots of people say yes. So you don't want to send 5 million different emails about the same exact thing, right? So this has like 4 reminder emails. That's normally what I would do. So let me give you my norm. I know we're approaching an hour, but let me give you my norm. Okay, so this is my normal emails, okay, for registration. So like for registration, all right. So for registration, For registration follow-ups, okay, I usually send 4 emails. Okay, so I usually send 4 emails. That's pretty common for me to do, okay, on registration emails for that. For missed emails or for missed webinar, so if somebody misses the webinar completely, I usually send 3 emails, okay? So I send them 3 different emails, and I think that's normally sufficient, right? If somebody left early, basically, right? So the people that stayed, but they didn't see the offer and they left early, I usually send them 3 emails trying to get them back engaged, right? And then when they saw the offer, okay, so when they saw the offer, I usually send them 2 emails. And I use urgency in those emails, meaning I'm only going to send you this one more time, that's it. And if you don't take action now, you're not going to get to take action, right? Because again, these people right here, they've seen it. They know everything. They've seen the whole webinar. They've seen the offer. They know what's for sale. They know what they can buy. So if they're not going to buy, like sending them 6 emails isn't going to make any difference, right? Does everybody understand that? At this point, what we want to do is we want to push them over the hump. A lot of times, the people, oops, we don't want to draw that with highlighter. A lot of times, these people that saw the offer are kind of like this. They're either sitting right here, okay? This is point A, okay? Or they're back down here at point B, all right? Typically, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see that these people either know for a fact they're not going to buy, okay? Or they're sitting up here and they can go either way. But to get them to kind of move down the hill, okay, over here to maybe say buyer, okay, to get them to move down here is much easier because they're already kind of sitting on that tipping point, right? So normally 2 emails to this person while they're here is going to result in one of the 2 things happening. Either they're going to buy or they're just not, right? But sending them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 emails isn't going to change anything. So very simple. Now, what I've done is I have edited these emails that are inside of here, okay? I've made some edits, and as you see while we were live tonight, I added this webinar starts in 2 hours reminder. So I have edited all of these emails in my funnel here for you. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you this completely free. When you download this funnel tonight, again, for the next time, you'll have all these emails, but they'll also be the ones that are rewritten for you from me. So the content inside of these emails was edited and it's already done. The great thing is you don't even have to try to figure it out. Literally all you gotta do is click a button and get it, right? So very, very easy, because as we move forward within the next few weeks, like I told you guys, basically we've already done so much. Now what we have to do is we have to give you the order pages, okay? So we have to give you the order pages because that's where people will check out and actually buy the product. We have to give you the webinar file. So we have to give you the video, right? Then we're going to give you the PowerPoint. All right, so we're going to give you the PowerPoint so that if you wanted to edit this yourself, you know, you could. Then we have to give you the members area, okay? Members area / product, all right? So all of these things are still to come. These are the big deals, right? Like we're literally going to build these order pages for you, okay? We're going to create the webinar video for you. We're going to give you the PowerPoint, which you don't even have to use unless you want to recreate it, unless you want to refilm it. But essentially, we're building out an entire business for you. Like I said, I have friends that do 1 million a month with this exact same funnel, right? And I'm not saying that you're going to do $1 million a month at all. That's not even close to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that that's possible, right? That's what people are doing. And so I see no reason why you shouldn't jump in and do the same thing, right? So next week, right? So next week, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you the order pages, all right? So we're going to give you the order pages, and we're going to give you the members area, okay? Members area, all right? So order pages and members area. So order pages and members area are coming back to you next week. So next week, you'll actually have the page that you click on to buy the 7-figure email formula, and we will have the members area with the product. Okay, so you'll basically have all of that ready to go for you next week. Now, this week I also told you that I was going to give you another version of this funnel that we got from one of our students. So let me just show you really quickly. When you download the funnel tonight, you will also get basically David Barina's 7-figure funnel formula. You'll see right here, he's got his registration page built out. So you can see that this registration page is, and it looks really, really good. So this is a new registration page that's already built in, and then also a webinar countdown page that you can now use inside of your business if you choose to use those instead of the ones that we have. So this looks really, really good. You can use this, okay, so these 2 pages, or you can use these 2 pages, right? This is the ones we built, all right? And then this is the ones David built. We paid David for this so that we had the opportunity and the right to give it to you completely free. So you can get this page, this page, this page, this page, this page, and then pretty much all of these pages tonight completely free. And you get them right here. So let me first give you guys the, let me give you the username or the link here. All right. So what I want you to do is write this link down right now. It's go.bsc.com/funnel. Okay, so go.bsc.com/funnel. So write this down. I'm going to give you the password. First things first, we're going to talk about it for a second because we've got a lot of new people on here. And so what I want to do is make sure that I treat everybody appropriately and tell everybody the right thing. This is our student success connection kind of area, right? This is where all of our students go each and every week to download their funnels, to get access to everything that we've built for you. And as you can see, there's tons and tons of stuff in here already. Right now, you have the 7-figure email strategies funnel and assets right here. This is where you will go to download the entire 7-figure email strategies auto webinar, along with all of the emails that are already in place for you. And by the way, all those automations, they're already done. So you actually don't even have to do anything unless you just want to edit those emails. We've actually already done them for you. That's what's so great about ClickFunnels. It allows us to build all of this out, okay, and then give it to you completely free. With that said, you do have to actually have ClickFunnels. How many of you on this webinar right now do not have ClickFunnels? I know we have new students every once in a while, so just put yes in. Okay, so I see some people that don't have ClickFunnels. No problem. If you don't have ClickFunnels, when you get to this page right here, you can click right here and activate a completely free trial of ClickFunnels. Now, if you want to use our funnels that are already built for you, and mind you, we have a lot. We have funnels 1 through 3. We have funnels 4 through 7. Remember, I give you all of this stuff and I save it, and we never take it down from or away from you. So that if you're joining, if you're joining at, maybe 2 years down the road, you're still getting access to everything that we've been doing for the last 3 years, which is great. Then you get funnels 8 through 11. You get the solo ad funnels. You get all of this. Here is the 8-figure funnel formula book. So this is the funnel where you can actually sell your own book or sell the book that I wrote. It doesn't have my name on it, and you get it completely free. And then over here is Inboxer Academy. This is a membership area that you can sell where you can earn continuity, so basically money every single month. You get this completely free. You can also see that down here we have a lot of versions of this that our students built as well, that we bought from them, and then we still give you that completely free. So we have all of these things that we're giving you at absolutely no cost. And when you click these download buttons, it instantly shows up in your ClickFunnels account just like this. So there's absolutely nothing needed on your end to have this other than to click the button. But you do have to have ClickFunnels, okay? So the first thing that you'll want to do if you don't have ClickFunnels is click right here and you can activate your free trial, okay? Another thing is to note that tonight at midnight, we lock these links down. They do not work anymore, which means you will not be able to get the 7-figure email strategies funnel right here after midnight tonight. And the reason for that is real simple. People normally tend to try to steal all of our funnels and stuff. So we have to lock the stuff down after a couple hours tonight and keep it reserved only for our Success Connection students. So what you need to do right now is when I give you the password for this page, you'll want to immediately go down here and download this. Another thing is our student funnel from David will be activated right here, okay, in just a minute, so that you'll be able to go in and download his funnel, which means you can get this funnel right here, all right, this page and this page. And remember, if you're new and you don't know how this works, you will own it. It will show up just like this. Look, you'll go into your ClickFunnels account and you'll see this 7-figure email auto webinar, and you'll see both of these funnels, and they will be yours 100% free. Like, they're yours. You can edit them. You control them. There's nothing. We have nothing to do with them after you get them, okay? But by clicking this button, it allows you to instantly get access to them. You don't have to build them. You don't have to write all the emails. You don't have to do all the automations. It's all done for you. And that's what's so powerful about ClickFunnels. So if you don't have ClickFunnels, make sure that you get your free trial to ClickFunnels tonight. This is a link that we've had for a while for a free trial. I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't know if ClickFunnels offers a free trial on their website anymore, but this link right here will get you a free trial so you can get set up, and you can use it, I think, for a couple weeks for free. We have one of the best, quote unquote, stick rates in all of ClickFunnels, because when what we're doing is we're giving you the stuff that you actually need to be successful. So people typically love ClickFunnels because they know that each week we're going to be able to give you these things, use our team, our designers, our developers, build out awesome funnels, and then just hand deliver them to you completely free. And that's how you can kind of skip the line, skip the learning curve, and skip over all the years and years of trying to learn how to build stuff. And you can just start running the business instead of trying to build the infrastructure of it, which is, I think, what makes it so powerful. You also want to make sure you subscribe to our Facebook alerts. These are really, really important. We do not spam you on Facebook. All we do is send you messages when we have free stuff that we're giving away, or when we're making some changes or updates to the Success Connection. So super important. If you have not done this, do it right now. You'll click subscribe to Facebook alerts, and then that will take care of that. So with that said, what I need to do is basically give you the password for tonight. How many of you enjoyed tonight's training? Just say yes if you did. All right, I see lots and lots of yeses. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter, okay, so that I can make sure that you focus on one specific thing each time, right? So this week we got the emails. Next week you're going to get the order pages, you're going to get the members area, and you're going to get all the content. So the training for your 7-figure email formula, which is going to be great because you'll have all of this training all built in, all ready for you to go and sell. And then in the subsequent weeks to come, what we're going to be doing is giving you the actual webinar and loading that up in there so that you can start to actually build and sell this product. How many of you are excited about that? Just say yes. And look, at the very end, okay, in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks from now, I'm going to show you how to tie them all together. I'm going to show you, and of course, this only applies to those of you that go ahead and get these other funnels, but I'm going to show you how to tie in Inboxer Academy, 8-figure funnel formula, and the 7-figure email strategies all together so that all 3 of them are making sales at one time, and you're making 3 times the money, right? That's the goal, and I can show you how to do that once you get all of this taken care of. So with that said, allow me to put the password in here for tonight. I think that this is a very fitting password if you ask me. The password, and I'm going to have Nick go ahead and activate that link for me. So Nick, go ahead and activate the download link for David's student funnel that we're giving everybody tonight. That should be active as of now. And then the password for tonight is emails. I thought that would be a very appropriate password. The password for tonight is emails. So all you guys got to do is go to go.bsc.com/funnel. Type in the password emails, okay, all lowercase. It will take you right here to this page. If you are brand new, the first thing you want to do is activate your free trial to ClickFunnels, because you need ClickFunnels in order to do this. Then you'll scroll down here just like this. You can see it up at the top of my screen, and you will click on this button right here to download your auto webinar, 7-figure email strategies auto webinar. And then this button will actually be available for you. It'll say David's funnel right here. I just haven't refreshed this page. So this is done for you. You'll have 2 download links right here that will download both of these funnels for you, which should be really, really awesome. And all you've got to do is go and take action, do it right now. Like I said, if you don't have ClickFunnels, get it right now. It's the only way that you can use these funnels that we build for you, and it really allows us to be able to do so much more for you, right? Tonight, we are going to do another cash giveaway. Last week, I gave away some cash on Facebook. Going to do it again tonight. All you've got to do whenever you're finished with this is go right here onto our Facebook page, go.bsc.com/Facebook. Find our live stream. So we're streaming this live. By the time you get there, it'll probably be a replay. And all I want you to do is tell me what you thought about tonight's training. That's the best way for me to go and kind of read my comments and see what you guys think about the training. So leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the training. Let me know what you think about the 7-figure email formula, your auto webinar business, and the fact that we're building out businesses for you, giving them to you completely free, and really setting you up doing exactly what we're doing. Think about that. We're not teaching you to do what we used to do. We're not teaching you to do things we don't do. We're literally putting you in business doing what we do. And that's extremely powerful. That's something that that's going to help so many of you be so successful, where you may have failed in the past, but it's because you weren't given all the tools, you weren't given all the resources, you weren't given all the training, you weren't even given the proper training in some cases to ever have success with something. So it wasn't that it was your fault. Now you're given everything that you need in order to set your business up and rock and roll. So I'm super, super excited. So all I want you to do is leave me comments on Facebook. Let me know what you thought about tonight's training, and I'll be giving away some more cash probably within 30 minutes of closing down the webinar here. So you got a few minutes to take care of the other things first, but it's go.bsc.com/Facebook. If you have not joined our Facebook group, I mentioned it at the beginning of tonight's event, you can go to go.bsc.com/group. Just click the join button. Make sure to answer the questions. I'll let you in the group. There's over 13,000 of your Success Connection students and fellow, I guess, entrepreneurs that are there, and they are all ready, willing, and able to help you to be successful, right? And that's what's so great, is people helping each other. Imagine the amount of help you can get when you have 13,000 people available that are all doing the same thing you're doing, going down the same path you're going down. There's so much help in numbers, right? So join our Facebook group right there, and then, like I said, use this link right here to get to our special funnel page, go.bsc.com/funnel, put in the password emails. First thing you need to do is click here to get your free trial to ClickFunnels if you do not have it, and then click on all of these links and download your funnels. Your 7-figure auto webinar funnels are down here, and those will be available for you until midnight. All right, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, for those of you that are joining us at the Build Sim Profit Live event, we've got some awesome new speakers. You should check out the page. You can see the link right here. But we've just we've signed some speakers to come on, some that are working with Kevin Harrington, the original shark from Shark Tank. We've got some guys that are doing print-on-demand jewelry. We've got one of the top web Facebook ad guys, and one of the top guys that runs Facebook ads to webinars just like the ones you guys are building right here, that are coming to speak and teach you how to do it. So if you have not gotten your tickets, make sure that you get them. The link is right here on the screen. You are going to be missing out. Chris Record is coming to do a special Build Sim Profit Live wrap for us. So it's going to be an awesome event. The speaker list is updated on the page now with some of the new speakers. So if you don't have your tickets, get them right now. You can see the link right here. Otherwise, guys, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Remember to do a little bit more this weekend than everybody else is doing. You'll be a little bit further when we start next week. I look forward to all of you having massive success. I'm excited as can be. Make sure that you have leave me some comments on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next week right here, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.